When I started videography, it just came as a hobby. I used my iPhone helping friends and family create content for their social media or just for fun, like little, candid keepsakes and stuff for them and their family. And a lot of them were well-known athletes, musicians, and race car drivers and so forth. And I just did it because I love to see people happy. I love to hear people's stories and all that stuff, right? And then, I had a couple girlfriends that are soul sisters that were like, Jacqueline, why don't you turn this into a business? Like, be a videographer, go to the wellness spots that med spas, all fitness people, and start creating content. And I was like, well, I only have my iPhone. Like, don't you need like professional gear? And they're like, just start where you're at. So I started getting some, retainer clients under my belt and doing little one-off gigs here and there. And then eventually I, got initiated to the professional gear, and it leads me to where I am now. And the only thing that was a little challenging is that when I would come across men, in this industry, I feel like women understand because we love the iPhone, we love just taking pictures of ourselves, and we don't care as long as we look good and it's clear and crisp. Like, you can use your iPhone, you can use a professional camera or not. But men in this industry would judge me and frown upon me, be like, how are you gonna say you're a videographer if you're just using your phone? Well, I'm like, what's still camera? It may not be this camera, but I mean, the iPhones are really cool. And so it just became this theme in my life. So finally I met a gentleman who ended up being my videography mentor, and he gifted me a Canon Rebel T3i professional camera. And it was mainly for photography. However, there was a video setting on it, and it wasn't 4K like my camera now. It was like a 1080, and so it wasn't like as clear and crisp. It was cinematic, and it was perfect. I got the job done, right? So there was like a learning curve there, and I was using apps and stuff. And then when I started to upgrade my gear, I upgraded my software, and now do the big dog stuff, Adobe, to start to get caught up with what was going on. And so the challenge, in being a videographer and being fully respected in that space had nothing to do, I guess, per se, like who I am as a person. It was a matter of like this whole materialistic realm of like, you need the right gear, you need, the setup, you need the mics, you need the software. And I got it, but I was like, at the time, I just didn't have the funds to do that. So finally I was able to invest. And now that I learned from these guys, and those that wanted to gatekeep, so be it. It's like I took on, I took it upon myself to educate and to, define or refine my skills and learn more. And now I can start to create even better, higher quality content and not feel like I'm behind.